Hello guys and welcome back to once again another live stream here on the VB Thomas platform. As usually on Sundays, we've got the Formula Racing League here with once again another race. It is going to be season 6 today, as it is going to be the season opener here in what is it? It is let me think guys, apologies. It is going to be Belgium. Yeah, so we're first going to talk a little bit more about previous race. As we can see, it seems like previous race, it was in Abu Dhabi. We saw a very interesting race with the Rudiger winning the championship there. I mean, he already won it, but he won the race too. We saw that Kamza was going to be in B2, and then Specky Cabbage with a P3. That's not too bad for the. I think it was an Aston Martin driver back then. Right now, it seems like it's going to be an AlphaTauri driver. So let's go straight over to the track information. We'll be talking a little bit more about the track information real quick. So the country is going to be Belgium. As I said already, it is going to be on Spa-Francorchamps with a population of 11,700,000 people. Well, they are my fellow Belgians, and I'm proud to be No, I'm actually not, but doesn't really matter. I'm proud that my country has a track, and it's a nice track, so that's good. Oh, somebody goes into the wall. You guys won't be able to see that yet. So the first Grand Prix was actually in 1950. It's one of the most original tracks on the calendar. Well, in 1950, the layout was a little bit different. I think it was also a little bit longer than it is right now. It is still quite a long track, but I mean, it is there since the beginning of F1, so that's quite nice. And then we've got the most Grand Prix won by Mr. Schumacher. He has won 6 in total. And then we have a quali record of a 141.2 and a lap record of a 146.2. So let's go straight over to the track layout. So we will be having a total number of laps of 22, as it is going to be a 50% race. To start things off, we're going to have a full qualifying though, so not too bad here. We're going to have the best overtaking opportunities happening turn 1, turn 5, turn 8, and turn 18. I don't have a long straight selected here because I think it's quite obvious that you're going to be able to overtake on the first sector straight, the long one after coming through Rouge. And then you've got the circuit length of 7.0 kilometers, which is quite a long one. So it's quite logical that you have a little bit more overtakes. So yeah, I mean, it is a long track. You're going to have a lot of overtakes. You're not going to have a lot of laps, 22 only. So we're going to have a total race distance of 154 kilometers, which is not too bad either. It is a little bit around the average. Now we've got the strategy here, quite a simplistic one, as you don't have a lot of tire degradation, not too much tire overheating either. So a soft hard, a medium hard would be the best strategy, as you want to get off the line as soon as possible, then end your race on the slower tires, just keep it consistent. Or you want to go onto the hards at the beginning of the race and try to go for the fastest lap at the end of the race, which could give you a point and could give you a couple of positions, but you might have a little bit of a risk losing a couple of positions at the beginning of the race, as you don't have too much of a long straight before the first corner is there, turn 1, which is quite an aggressive one. And then, of course, I mean, going into turn 1, you need a lot of grip to be able to overtake through that one and then go through Eau Rouge. Hopefully, get a couple of positions before getting into that corner. Then we got a hard medium. Well, it's basically the same explanation. My prediction of today, it seems like I'm here, but yeah, the quality is not that well. Hold up, I need to fix that real quick. It is gonna look a little bit strange, guys. I know it is gonna look strange, and it looks a little bit bad, but I tried my best. This is looking horrible. This is looking horrible. All right, yeah, it'll do. There we go. Hello, guys. Welcome. My predictions of today are going to be Rudiger in P1, Mollerup in P2, and Vamo in P3 for the qualifying. And then we've got for the race, I think Vamo is going to be crashing. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of fast guys in the lobby today. I think Specky Cabbage is going to get P3 again. Rudiger P1. Going with Sausage Joe for P2. A little bit of a bold prediction there. But let's go straight into the qualifying, as we're already a couple of minutes into the qualifying. There's still 7 minutes left, so that means we lost a little bit of 10 minutes of qualifying here, but it doesn't really matter. So we've got not enough people to finish off a first qualifying with. So nobody is going to get dropped out here, which is quite all right, which is quite great. Sporty is also in the race, so I think he's going to do a great job too. He is on a fast lap right now, going through first sector, coming into second sector right now. He doesn't feel too comfortable on the rain weather setup here, I think. And it also depends on what the race is going to bring. Because if it's going to be a wet or a dry race, you have to make sure your setup is going to be depending on that. When you've got a dry setup, you're really going to struggle here in the qualifying. And I'm not too sure if it's going to be a dry race. I don't think so from what I've heard in the chat. But we've got the fast Dean Phelan, oh my days. Dean here, we saw him yesterday in the Ultimate Racing League. It was a little bit of an event, and he was fastest in the qualifying. He had done a lot of practice, and I do expect him to do a lot of practice here for the season opener of Season 6 of the Formula Racing League. And I wonder what he's going to be able to do coming across the line right now with a 153.6. I think that is also out lap included, as he's going around the first corner here. You need a lot of exit speed to be able to gain a lot of time here down the main straight. Coming through Eau Rouge. You have to watch out in the rainy weather though, because it gets quite slippery, like we saw Lando Norris crash out in 2021. Was it 2022? I'm not too sure. I think it was 2021. Coming into turn 4 or turn 5 or whatever turn that is. I'm gonna have a quick look though. It's turn 5, and he unfortunately invalidates his lap here. So we will be having a look at Sport here, who's coming into the pits. A lot of guys are still trying to improve their lap times, although it is not really necessary. Carlos, who seems to be on track 2, not improving anything. It seems like the guys are really driving a little bit slower here compared to the beginning of the qualifying. He's got the Haas right behind him. That must be the Rudiger. Not too sure if he's on a fast lap though. But he is most definitely going to be frustrated by the Red Bull right in front of him. Because the slower he drives, the slower the Rudiger. Well, the more the Rudiger has to watch out. And that's going to play a part when you're doing a qualifying lap, of course. You're also going to have a little bit of dirty air. Ooh, has a little bit of a snap there. I don't think Carlos is on the lap, so I'm not too sure why he keeps on driving at the moment. The Rudiger is neither on the lap though, 8 seconds slower. Ooh, going into the wall. Oh my days, that was so close. If he would have crashed out there, he wouldn't be able to make the qualifying, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, he's really trying to get the best out of this lap right now. So is Carlos, although he's coming into the pits, so is the Rudiger. So these guys are maybe going to retire. I'm not too sure. Or if they're going out again, that could be a possibility too. The Rudiger retired, Carlos retired, Cavolis is coming out of the pit lane. He is on an out lap right now. And if Dean is going to retire, I'm not too sure. Yeah, Dean is going to retire. So is Cavolis going to be feeling the pressure? Is he going to retire or is he not? If I were him, I wouldn't. You know, get a little bit of practice laps here in the qualifying. And it is going to be a short qualifying, apparently. Oh! It's going to be a short qualifying? I didn't get that information. But these guys probably didn't get it either. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Chaos. Chaos. Hold up. This is funny. Hold up. I gotta text everyone. Oh my days. There is some confusion about this. Cavalis, who clearly, got that in mind. He's going to spin out. So he will probably go out. Well, this is his out lap then, let's say. Um, and hopefully get into another lap after this one. He's gonna make sure he's gonna get there though. Although, I mean, he needs to drive slower than a 2 minutes 20 to be able to not qualify anymore. So he's just going to warm up his tires here. Maybe he's listening to the stream and says, oh, hey, I can hear you. It could be a possibility. McLaren driver. One of the new guys, I think, as we've got a lot of rookies. Although, a lot. That could be a little bit of a misunderstanding. We've got Don Porterington in P3. He is a new driver, I think. Maybe Bits is too. Marcellus too, I think. Kamza was also a new driver, but not that very new. We saw him last 2 weeks already. Cavalis is a new driver. And we've got Dean, who is a new driver. And that is it, I think. There's a lot of guys who are still expected to come, though, in the next couple of weeks. What is the championship going to bring for us this season? Is it going to be the Rudiger winning another championship? I think there was about 16 races on the calendar, if I looked right. I'm not too sure, but I think I saw that correctly. Cavalis is coming into the pits. Why? Why? Oh no. Hold up. Let's have a quick look. Oh my days, guys. This is too funny. While being in the pit lane, there are a couple of guys who went to the toilet. And they're not going to be on time for the actual race. So we'll see what this is going to bring. But apparently, yeah, the guys didn't put a lap in anymore because they already put a lap on softs. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Because this is going to be your qualifying here. The Rudiger in P1, Vamo in P2. And we've got Don, the new guy, in P3. Let's have a quick look here at the back. Mullerup, who has a DNF, unfortunately. Dean is going to be the only one on intermediates. Sport in the 15th position is going to be on intermediates too. So they are not going to be able to improve here. Neither is Cavalis. And I didn't really get that when I was watching the qualifying. Unfortunately, my apologies. I'm going to mess up. Unfortunately, apologies today again, guys. Oh my days. Alright, so we're going to have the Rudiger starting in P1. And Vamo, his main rival here, I think. They are quite similar. We saw it in Mexico 3 weeks ago, where they were battling so hard and just so close. And it was nice to see. It was nice to finally see someone battle with the Rudiger. And I might be rooting for Vamo this season. I might be. Because my buddy Edward Pearson, who couldn't be here unfortunately, is usually streaming on Sundays together with me. And the thing is, he roots for the Rudiger. So I need to root for someone who is going to be the Rudiger. And I think Vamo has got it in him, but he seems to be a reserve. So I'm not sure if he's going to be here every week. Hopefully he is, but we'll see. We'll see. The guys are already on the grid. As we were talking about the strategy here, but I mean, it's quite simple. Starting on the mediums, starting on the hards, starting on the softs, it could all work. And whatever compound you're going for, you're going on the slowest or the fastest at the end of the race. It's as simple as that. If you're starting on the hards and on the soft or the mediums, if you're starting on the softs and on the hards, if you're starting on the mediums and on the hards. There we go. As easy as that, guys. 4 or 5 different strategies. Soft, hard, medium, hard. Hard, medium, hard, soft. Yeah, 4. And I mean, there is not a lot of tire degradation in Belgium, so it could work out. As there is only 22 laps. Yep. We are gonna be racing here around Spa-Francorchamps, and I do expect that there's gonna be a lot of crashes. But there is also a lot of room for mistakes, if that makes sense. Belgium is a track where you can easily get back into the toe of the guy in front of you. In my opinion, there is room for mistakes, you know, except for if you're the guy up front. If you're the guy up front, you're making mistakes, you're gonna lose the position. But if you're the guy up front, you make mistakes, and the guys behind you make mistakes too, you're alright. I mean, the harder your mistake, the harder you're gonna get punished. But sometimes on track, if you make a little mistake, you're gonna be getting punished so heavily here. But it seems like everyone is starting their race here. Formation lap, as everyone starts on the hards. That's interesting. They think there is going to be a late safety car. Probably. I do think that Cavallis is going to get a lot of positions here. Because usually, around lap 8, lap 9, people are going to feel the hards coming into play. And that's when crashes are going to be happening and debris is going to go all around the place. Broken front wings, broken cars, broken wheels, broken everything. That's a moment where the safety car could come out. And that's the moment where Cavallis could go for a medium hard strategy. But because the tire degradation is so low, it could be also a possibility that drivers will go from the hards to the mediums. For example, if there is a safety car around lap 6, around lap 7, that the guys are going onto the mediums whenever the safety car is going to be there. And because of the tire degradation rate is so low, I think that is a risk they are willing to take here. Sausage Joe in P5, that's not too bad. Carlos, who I was rooting for earlier because he was in the Alfa Romeo. Sorry, Carlos, you're not in the Alfa Romeo anymore. I won't be rooting for you anymore. Apologies, but life is hard. Life is hard, and I'm gonna be more harsh towards you. So I gotta check something real quick. So it could be that my quality is dropping away a little bit here. It is dropping indeed. I need to see if my microphone setting loud enough. Yeah, it does appear like it. All right, apologies guys. So everyone is just chilling here, warming up their tires. It is quite a long track, so you're going to be able to warm up your tires a little bit easier, because I mean there's a lot of room for heating them up. And right now, I mean, it seems like everyone is doing that perfectly, especially on the hards. You need hot tires. The hard tires need to be hot. And I wonder what happens if you actually come into the pits there. That would be funny. Did anyone try that already? So everyone is on the grid right now. Don, Bits, Sausage Joe, Carlos Killa, who's got disqualified unfortunately. But we are here today in Belgium for the Belgian Grand Prix. It is going to be 5 red lights. And away we go. The guys are already going. Who has a good start? It seems like the Mercedes has a good start. So does Vamo. He goes around the outside, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be moved on. He's trying to make a good entry coming into that corner, but the AlphaTauri was there, and he has made the move on Vamo. Vamo is losing positions here in P4. Carlos, who has dropped 1 position. Marcel, who has gained 1 position, in my opinion. Don, who has a bad exit there. 3 wide. Down the Camel Straight. And then there's going to be Vamo coming out on top here next to Sausage Joe. He's going to sort it back here right behind Vamo. Coming into turn 5, the Mercedes driver seems to have a battle here with the Alpine driver. And that's going to be move done here. Beautifully done as Kamza is trying to make a move down the inside of Mullerup here. But it doesn't seem, although he has a good exit. Mullerup doesn't leave enough space for Kamza, but it seems like that's going to be move done. And he's going to brake a little bit earlier in case. Ooh, side by side. And this is a dangerous corner, guys. Kamza is going to back out of it. The McLaren drivers are going to be battling it out right now in P10 and P11. As the guys up front here, Bits, he has been overtaken by Sausage Joe, I think. Although it might be that the AlphaTauri driver got overtaken by Bits here. That's also a possibility. Famo, I mean, trailing by 1.4 seconds right now. He got overtaken by Sausage Joe and Don in the first few corners. And then he climbed back through the Camel Straight. And right now he's trailing by 1.3 seconds. So he has a lot of ground to make up here. But it is still looking great for the Williams driver, as we are seeing Carlos Killa and Dean having a battle right now. Dean, who came all the way from P14, already in P7 right now. So he's making up a lot of ground here to reduce his damage that he got during the qualifying. Carlos now around the outside. Is he going to have a better exit? Maybe make the switchback work. It is not going to work. Dean has a better exit. And the inner corner there of turn 1 is going to be a better one to take down the inside, because you've got a lot of exit speed if you come through that corner. Carlos, who seems to be struggling a little bit there through Eau Rouge, now is getting overtaken by Mullerup here down the Camel Straight. Although the move has not been done yet, Mullerup, who's trying to sort this strategy out, trying to go around the outside, but Carlos seems to have better exit. Although here, Mullerup with a beautiful switchback. Is that going to be moved on? It does appear like it. He is going to push the Red Bull a little bit wide there. And that is moved on. Beautifully done by the Alpine driver. As Don is getting crashed out. I mean, or he crashed himself out. I'm not too sure, but he's standing still on the track here. Does he have front wing damage? I'm not too sure. It doesn't appear like it. So he's just going to keep on driving here and try to get back to the front, guys. As Sausage Joe finds himself in P4, 7/10s behind Bits. Bits, who has made up a lot of ground here on the rest of the guys, as he's got something to prove, being new to the championship. The Super Sunday evening, as usually on Sundays. It is Division 1, so it's always great to see these guys having a battle. I think Ace Inferno crashed, unfortunately. So did Jay Hartnell. These guys have a lot of ground to make up. I don't think there's going to be a safety car, so we're going straight to the front here again, as this is a little bit difficult because the timetable is not correct. Palmwood with the fastest lap. Ace Inferno with a yellow flag in sector 2. DRS is enabled, so we're going to be seeing a possible overtake from Mullerup down the Camel Straight on Marcel. So we're going to be having a look at his POV. Will he have the DRS? Where is the telemetry? Here it is. Does he have a better exit coming through Eau Rouge? It does seem like it. DRS enabled, and that's going to be moved done right before the corner is there. Marcel, who has to live with the DRS. He will have the DRS next lap, though. Maybe down the first straight. As we're seeing Sport making a move here through turn 6 on Cavalis. Cavalis, who has not really have a benefit from these medium tires. He has dropped down a couple of positions as he finds himself in P10 right now with 2/10s trailing on Sport. Sport, who came all the way from P15. Having a P9 right now is not too shabby for the Aston Martin driver, as it seems like Kamza is pretty close to Specky Cabbage here too. And there's a little bit of a gap forming between Sporty and Carlos, and I think that's mainly because he is making a lot of battles here with Cavalis. I mean, it is a hard challenge keeping a fast medium driver runner right behind you. And I think Sporty is doing an absolutely amazing job at trying to keep up with the pace of Carlos and just trying to keep the McLaren driver right behind him. Now Specky Cabbage in P11. He's going to be living up his expectations, trying to overtake Cavalis. It is going to be a hard challenge though, but I do expect him to be able to. That Rudiger now with the fastest lap of 147.3 goes around the outside, and he has outbraked himself, so that won't be able to be a move. Although he has the DRS though, but has a bad exit coming out of the corner. Kamza right now, 3/10 right behind Specky Cabbage. And is that going to be a move? It doesn't appear like it. Kamza still has a lot of ground to make up. I'm going to have a quick look with the position changes here. 9 positions gained for Dean already. He has some great pace. Finds himself right behind Sausage. It is going to be a little bit too far ahead for the Mercedes driver, but I do expect him to be able to overtake Sausage within the next couple of laps. I totally forgot about Dean in my prediction here. Sport and Kavalis were having a battle. Sport is getting overtaken, but unfortunately loses the end there due to a touch by the McLaren driver. Specky and Kamza were having a battle here. Some healthy relationship between the two as they're keeping it clean on track. Ooh, this is gonna be not so very good. Usually whenever that happens, when the drivers are in each other's wheels, it is gonna end up badly, but it seems like these guys have made the best out of it as Dean finds himself 3/10 behind Sausage Joe. Sausage Joe, who has made up with bits right now, keeping up the pace with the Mercedes driver, and Sausage Joe finds himself in a sandwich. I could say a sausage in a sandwich makes a lot of sense, but it is not making sense in racing because the fastest drivers should be up front. And I don't think that is Bits at the moment because he is not taking the corners how he should be taking them. He is losing some time. And it is, I mean, it is something when, you know, Don having a battle with Kamza right now. And I think we're going to be seeing these guys battling very heavily within the next couple of laps. We need to make sure that Sausage is not going to be making the overtake, although we might be seeing the overtake. He has a better exit through Eau Rouge. He has the DRS. He's using some ERS. I don't think he should use some ERS though, because he's got the DRS. He's going to be making a move down the main straight. That will be move done. Bits going back onto the racing line as the move already made into... Ooh, Bits with a 3-second time penalty. And we saw that yesterday too in the URL event, that he was having a lot of penalties there. Dean, who has now made the move onto his teammate. He hasn't. Apparently. Interesting. Muller up, who has caught up with these guys here. Down the main straight, it doesn't seem like anyone is getting overtaken. Because the AlphaTauri drivers and the McLaren drivers are already past that stage. They're finding themselves now in a little bit of a train. It is an AlphaTauri McLaren battle here. In the Mercedes Alpine battle, as it seems like Sausage Joe is going to be having Muller up as his teammate. So this is great to see. I mean, two teams having the battle, and we've got Red Bull here who are kind of in no man's land. They're just bringing each other back to the Alpine and the Mercedes team. As it seems like Mercedes is now in an Alpine sandwich. Sausage Joe has turned himself from a sandwich all the way to the... No, he has turned himself from a sausage to the sandwich. As Bits is going to be making a move on Sausage. Probably down the Camel Straight right now if he has a good exit coming through turn 1 into Eau Rouge. He doesn't have a good exit, but I think it's going to be enough. He has a lot of ERS saved. How much does Sausage have? 60%. So I don't think he needs to drain a lot of through there. Sport left the session, unfortunately. And he is going to be making a move. Is Dean going to be making a move? It doesn't appear like it, as he's got his hands full with Muller up here. Muller up, the Danish driver, who hopefully can make his dreams come through here in Season 6. As he just dropped off the championship. Well, he didn't catch a championship previous season, as he came in second with an unfortunate crash in Abu Dhabi. And I don't think he had good points in Mexico either, so it is really the clutch that he is missing at the later stage of the race. He was trailing a couple of points at the middle of the season whenever I joined there. Sport has joined back again. Ooh, a little bit of a snap there from the Mercedes driver, as he's now getting pushed by Muller up here. Dean with a 3-second time penalty. That was quite an interesting one. I didn't see what happened there, so I'm focusing too much on the timetable. to see if anyone is going to be making a move. Kamza is pretty close to Dawn here. 4/10. We might be seeing a move onto the Camel Straight in a couple of seconds, although it could be possibly here too. Dean, 1/10, goes down the inside of Sausage. Is that going to be moved on? It doesn't appear like it. He takes the... Ooh, he takes the white corner. And Mullerup has benefited from that. He makes the move. He has the DRS, and it is going to be Dean trailing a little bit now. Mullerup made the move. Ooh, Dean. A little bit of wheel banging between Dean and Sausage here. The question is going to be, who's going to have the DRS? It seems like the Alpine drivers are not... Well, Mullerup isn't going to have the DRS. He has a better exit coming through that corner, though. Dean is now going to be making a move on Sausage. They are trailing by 6/10. And is Dean going to be making a move? It doesn't appear like it. He's going to back out of the move. He doesn't have any ERS left, which Sausage Joe has 50. So I'm not too sure if it was a wise decision to let Mullerup through. So now Sausage Joe has to deal with Dean. But they have caught up with the Mercedes driver up front, Bits. And it seems like it's not looking very great for the Mercedes drivers here, as they both have a penalty. Bits just chilling in P3 right now. Vamo, who is trailing by 3 seconds. So this is not going to be looking very great for those guys. There is a yellow flag. There is a yellow flag. Mercedes driver off. It is Dean. Dean, who unfortunately coming through that long left-hander did not make up his expectations. 10-second time penalty. Exceeded track limits. That could possibly get removed though. You're letting everyone through. I think that's great from the Mercedes driver, and those 10 seconds really need to get removed, in my opinion, as he didn't gain any time. Dean, if you're watching the stream, make sure to... I'm gonna write that down. Rear wing damage, yeah. Oh, alright, that's unfortunate, buddy. That's unfortunate. Mullerup now in P4. He finds himself right behind Bits. It is going to be a great challenge for Bits here, trying to keep up with these Alpine drivers. Because, I mean, this is some powerful duo. Mullerup and Sausage Joe. I really think Bits and Dean was also a very great duo. So, battling it out for the top 3 here between the two teams is really amazing, in my opinion. Dean is going to come into the pits, retiring from the race. Mullerup now down the inside. Is that going to be moved on? It does appear like it. Bits is going to be trying to make the move, though. It's not going to happen, as Mullerup has made the move. Bits going down the inside here. Is that going to be moved on? He's really close. He's really... Ooh, some wheel banging here as Bits loses the rear end there. And these hards are going to be... I'm not going to say they're going to be hard to control here in lap 8. Ooh, some overheated tires. I think it was from Bits. He doesn't have a front wing damage like Dean did, though. Dean, who is... This is interesting. He is still on track. Are we going to see a safety car? This is broken by the game, by the way. Okay, we're not going to see a safety car. Great. But yeah, Bits right now, he felt the pressure from behind by Sausage Joe. Now the Alpine drivers have some ground to make up on Vamo. I think they've got to be happy with a P3. Having a battle with the Mercedes drivers, just losing too much time on Vamo and Rudiger here. The only thing that could help them is a safety car, but I mean, let's not hope for a safety car. This is lap 9. It would be the first race in a long period of time that I won't be seeing a safety car. And I think Belgium is a perfect one to have no safety cars on, of course. Through Eau Rouge, it is always a risky one through that long left-hander where you've got a lot of spare room to crash. I mean, you would have a lot of speed throughout that corner to be able to crash there. The long left-hander where Dean unfortunately crashed out. Vamo with a 3-second time penalty, that's going to play in his part, although, I mean, Mullerup 7 seconds behind. It would only be dangerous if he caught another 3-second time penalty, and then Mullerup just has to push, and he would be able to overtake Vamo there. I mean, it's still 13 more laps. And I mean, who doesn't love this track, you know? Beautiful racing around here. Not too many crashes, not too many... Oh, it is so beautiful. I don't understand why they're going to be deleting the race from the race calendar. I'm talking about the in real life F1, by the way, guys. This is a game, of course. Ooh, Kamsa pretty close to his teammate here, who already has 6 seconds of penalties, though. So it would be logical if Kamsa gets past his teammate Kavolis here. But it might be that these guys are just going to say to each other, let's battle it out on track. We'll see who's going to win. Don't take any risks. It is still a racing game. And teammates are just there to help each other. Bits is going to spin once again. These tires are probably going to be overheated. And he might be running a time trial setup here, which could be violating his tire temperatures. And Bits, I think he is also on a racing wheel. Although he could be on... No, he's going to be on a racing wheel. Although, he's coming into the pits though. What tire will he be going on? Possibly the mediums, because these hards are going to be overheated for the time being. DNF for the Mercedes driver. Bits has retired from the session, as he might be very frustrated by his crash there. Battling with Sausage Joe. Of course, I'm going to say... Sausage Joe had nothing to do with it, of course. He was just pushing the Mercedes driver until his limits. Bits who crashed once again in Sector 3. That's going to be race over for him, unfortunately. So what was looking for a good race for the Mercedes team is looking at a disaster at the moment, as both drivers have DNF'd. Specky Cabbage and Kamsa are having a battle. Specky Cabbage, who already made the move down the main straight there, coming into turn 5. His next target is going to be Kavolis, who has a 6-second time penalty, so not too bad of a driver himself, Specky Cabbage, who doesn't have a penalty yet. Coming through turn 8, I think. Turn 8. It could, yeah, it is turn 8. Fourth corner in the second sector, as it seems like an Aston Martin driver did not make it through the corner there. He has been causing a yellow flag in Sector 2. We're looking at Specky right now, who's getting pushed from behind though. I didn't see that. Kamsa is now trying to make the move on Specky. It might be a great chance to make the overtake here in Sector 3. But he's not going to be close enough, unfortunately. Don is also pretty close to Carlos here. Specky is pretty close. Is he going down the inside here? It does seem like it, going into the last corner. Ooh, the McLaren driver doesn't leave too much space, and I think that's going to be a report, guys. The McLaren driver who did not leave enough space, in my opinion, throughout the last couple of corners, throughout that first corner of the chicane, and I don't think that's what caused Specky to crash here, but it could be a important factor. That Rudiger who has crashed. Oh my days, safety car. No front wing for Da Rudiger, and the guys are gonna come into the pits. So great guess for the guys who went onto the mediums or the hards, I think. Lap 11, you're gonna come into the pits. Lap 12, you're gonna be... Yeah, you're gonna be better on the mediums than on the hards at the end of the race, because you're gonna have 2 or 3 laps of safety car, and then your tires won't be too much degradation. So the Rudiger, who's just driving a little bit faster here than the Alpine driver, no, the Williams driver is doing up front. But Famo has 3 seconds to make up though. That's gonna play into the Rudiger's part here. He's gonna lose a position or 2 on Mollerup. It depends. It depends. Because Mollerup is making up a position from the front wing change from the Rudiger. And Sausage Joe is leaving some space between himself and Mollerup, because both drivers have to come into the pits. It is very important that both drivers come into the pits. So Sausage Joe should leave some space between himself and Mollerup, as all the drivers are going to come into the pits. The Rudiger is going to change his front wing. Will he lose a position? That's going to be the question. Mollerup comes into the pits right now. He's not taking the risk though. Momo has made the pit stop already. It was quite a fast one. The Rudiger now, front change, wing change. Front wing change, that was the word. And he has not been overtaken by Mollerup, so fast pit stop from the Haas team, as Mollerup is 2 seconds behind the Rudiger, so with these new medium tires he might be able to overtake him, but I think Vamo really didn't have to catch this 3-second time penalty. This is going to be playing into everyone else's part, as it doesn't seem from P2 all the way to P7 that the guys have a penalty. And usually I've got a thingy. It's a race telemetry, and I would be able to see how many warnings everyone has. But it doesn't seem like I'm gonna have that right now, unfortunately. I will be able to download that whenever I'm on, for example, an iPad or something. Oh, I could be downloading it on my dad's PC. That could work. That could work. That's actually a good idea. I'm gonna do that. Hopefully it won't crash out though. There's going to be a safety car situation here around Belgium. I'm going to hold a little bit of a break to have a little bit of a drink, and then we'll be right back with you. So I'll see you then. Guys, welcome back. If you didn't catch a drink or a snack yet, make sure to do that real quick. So we're almost going to be starting here. The safety car lap. Well, the safety car is coming in this lap. So we're going to have a green flag in a couple of seconds. Possibly a minute, because the guys are driving really slow. Only driving 80 kilometers an hour here. Oh, they'll be going a little bit faster here. Famo, who going really slow, 100 kilometers per hour. Usually the guys are driving 300 here. So this is 1/3. Matty Rabo. Go on, Vamo. There we go. Vamo. Cheerleader. Although Vamo has a 3-second time penalty he has to work with though, so that might be a sour one at the end of the race. He's already going underway though. He's already going. As that caught Muller up sleeping here, 6/10 behind the Rudiger. Is there gonna be a move here? He's already going. There's also a gap between the AlphaTauri driver and the McLaren driver. Now going into turn 1 through Eau Rouge in a couple of seconds. As it doesn't seem like anyone is going to be able to make the move here. Carlos maybe on his teammate. Sausage Joe is pretty close to Kamza. Kamza who has already caught up. Well, he is not caught up. He is trailing by 1.6 seconds and he might have front wing damage though. Why is he going so slow? Why does he let everyone go through? Marcel and Sausage Joe who are going to be... I'm not too sure what's up here. He might have rear wing damage or something? Not too sure, but yeah, we've got a top 3 right now. Vamo, Rudiger and Mollerup, and they're going to be fighting for the top position here. Mollerup and Rudiger, who are quite familiar with each other. I think Vamo and Rudiger are quite familiar with each other too, but I'm not too sure if Vamo and Mollerup have raced against each other already multiple times. We saw that they were not too close in Mexico as we saw Mollerup crashing out there. Now going into lap 14. It seems like they're keeping up with each other quite easily here, and this is really a track where you're able to keep it close to each other. Now a little bit of a gap forming between Vamo and Rudiger, but that's gonna get made up down the Camel Straight, as I'm pretty sure that Rudiger is gonna have DRS though. As soon as Rudiger is gonna drop out of the DRS, Vamo is gonna be winning the race. Jay now making the move on Cavalis. That's gonna be moved on. I'm not too sure. I'm still wondering why Kamza let everyone go through there. Vamo with the fastest lap right now. A 145.9. That's not too bad of a lap there. As Carlos finds himself in 3/10 off Kamza here. Ooh, he has a little bit of a snap there. Ooh, the AlphaTauri driver had to watch out there. Coming out of turn 1 now, the Aston Martin driver goes side by side through Eau Rouge. That's dangerous. Ace with the soft tires enabled. I'm not too sure if that was a great decision by the Aston Martin driver, but I mean, it is a decision. Sport now tries to make the overtake on Ace. He has the soft tires though. They both have the soft tires. I'm lying. Only Ace has the soft tires enabled here. Oh no, I'm not lying. Wait. This game is really glitched, guys. It says the Cavalis with a 3-second time penalty. And we saw that earlier, right? That the second Aston Martin did not have softs. He had mediums enabled. Ooh, the Mercedes. Mercedes lost his rear there. Coming out of turn 8. Turn 9, actually. That's going to be a race over for Carlos. Unfortunately, it won't be a safety car, though. No, indeed. I mean, Kamza was real. I don't know if he was letting him go through or not, but he was just looking so slow there. As he is catching up throughout the corners though, but down the main straight, he's really losing time. As Don is going to be looking to make a move on Kamza here. See, look at this. Look at this. This is bad for Kamza though. Let's have a quick look if he's gonna... Let's have a quick look with the throttle here. If he's gonna be a little bit safer on the throttle. That might indicate why he is going so slow. It doesn't seem like it. He's just going full throttle. And that is weird, guys. He's losing so much time. Look! 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 This is awful! What a bad strategy from Kamza here. Getting overtaken by the Aston Martins too easily. As he is already trailing by 7/10. He has the DRS enabled. He has the ERS enabled. And Oh my days. This is awful. Oh no. But right now, looking at a P1 and a P2, as we are speaking about Famo and the Rudiger here, Mollerup, who seems to struggle to keep up with the pace of these two. The Rudiger, who has really enabled his inner Rudiger. Remember, guys, for the guys who watched my stream, I think it was in Abu Dhabi, we were calling him Da Banana, but I'm not too sure why anymore. So I've got to rewatch that race there. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, being so slow here, he might be even running 30s or 40s, and low. I think he might be running high 30s or low 40s because he's just losing so much time. And he even had the DRS, right? He had the DRS, he had the ERS, and he was just getting annihilated down the Camel Straight there, coming out of the Eau Rouge, and that was just awful. And right now it's going to be looking the same here with... Ooh, there is a Aston Martin driver in the wall there. The Aston Martin driver Ace, who has called a 3-second time penalty. Looking once again, let's have a quick look here. Let's look at the pace difference down the Camel Straight. Looking at the KPH there. He has to come through Eau Rouge first. Ooh, the Ferrari had more space, pace there. Let's have a look. 330 for Che. Only 300 for the McLaren driver. That's a difference of 30 kilometers. And that is crazy. He's going to get overtaken by Ace once again. He might not be running a setup though. Or he might be running a wet tire setup. Because we had rain in the qualifying. Could that be something? Yeah, it could be. Marcel is keeping up with Sausage Joe right now. The Red Bull driver who has caught up a couple of positions. Let's have a quick look. He has caught 2. As Mollerup is going to be the biggest winner of the evening. He has gained 7. Looking at Sport in P7 right now, he has gained 8 positions. So not too bad of himself, as he was looking to be dropped out of the lobby halfway through the race. Joined back in, hopped back into his car, and just kept on driving. And he seems to be paying off, because looking at P7, he's going to score 4 or 5 points. I think 6 points. He's going to score 6 points, so that's not too bad either. Most definitely. I mean, I do expect that the drivers are going to be able to see what weather it would be on the race, but maybe he thought that at the beginning of the qualifying that he was running a wet tire setup, just trying to get a little bit more positions out of the qualifying. Look at a P8 right now, which is not too bad himself, but he hasn't gained any positions. So I think, I mean, the quali setup might have worked out for him. It depends on how many time Ace is gonna be gaining on Kamzai here. Still 4 more laps to come, and it could be that Kamzai is gonna lose a position, but still, that setup might... I mean, it depends on if Kamzai is a fast driver. I do think that Kamzai is a fast driver, but I will most definitely ask his strategy behind this little setup here. It could be that he just picked the wrong one. Maybe he picked a Monaco setup or something. Running... What is it? What are these settings actually, usually? Because they used to be 2020 around Monaco, but I think it is around 40 right now, isn't it? Or 50? It is even 50, I think. 50-50 for Kamzai here. Wow, the Rudiger has the DRS. Is he going to be making the move here? Let's have a quick look. I don't think so. Famo really has good pace down the main straight. He really has good exit coming out of the corner. He has good main straight line speed. And it doesn't seem like he is going to be losing the position here. Maybe coming into Eau Rouge. Down the Camel Straight. Ooh, Muller up with a 3-second time penalty, and that is almost going to secure the Rudiger with the race win here. If he doesn't catch a penalty, of course. 50-50. All right, that is the highest wings you can run here, which Kamsa might be running. You never know. And I really like the difference from the F1 game here, changing it from 2020 to 50-50, as it would be more of a strategical part here, as you can see a lot of different strategies from Vamo, who has a lot of straight line speed, to Kamsa, who doesn't have too much straight line speed. He is way faster through the corners. It seems like Specky and Carlos are having a battle here. Vamo, who has not been overtaken through the Camel Straight. Did I say Kamsa? I meant Carlos, of course. It seems like he's trailing by 7/10 right now. Specky, who is a little bit faster throughout the corners. I was expecting a lot of things from Specky here. As I said, he was going to be ending in P3. But as it looks like right now, that's not going to be happening, as he needs to make up more than 20 seconds, maybe even 30. He's got to make up 37 seconds. Ooh, that is violation for the AlphaTauri driver. So he still has 4 seconds to make up to Jay and 16 to get any point here on the board. Because even if he gets a fastest lap here, he won't be able to redeem that fastest lap point. It might be raining right now. Oh, why are these guys coming in? Oh, they're on softs. Makes sense. All right. Makes sense. Vamo is not getting overtaken down the main straight though, so maybe something Vamo has to do is try to push the Rudiger off track a little bit, trying to give him a little bit of a penalty there, and just hope for the goods of his position that he's gonna get P1 here. Also for the points on the table. But I do think we will be seeing these three battling until the end of the season. The Rudiger seems to be more consistent penalty-wise. Vamos seems to be a little bit better pace-wise if he can keep the Rudiger behind him, even with DRS. Yellow flag in Sector 2. That's going to be Jay retired from the session. There won't be a safety car anymore though. There won't be a safety car anymore, as there are still 2 laps to come after this one. Ace Inferno, who seems to be in P12. Looking pretty close at Kamsa here, who seems to be still struggling on... He took intermediate tires. As Kamsa's race couldn't get any worse, it has become worse as he picked the intermediate tires. It doesn't seem like it's raining already though. But he had to come in anyway for the intermediate tires. It doesn't seem like Ace is overtaking him anytime soon though. Yeah, down the main straight he is right now, but... Yeah. Pretty funny. And the Rudiger has to keep it consistent for 2 more laps straight right now. Kamsa, who has come to the pits. It is raining. Oh, it is raining. But there's still 2 more laps, so I'm not too sure DRS is disabled. As I didn't think it was raining too much. Right now it seems like it. The guys might be struggling a little bit here. They're all on medium tires. The ones that have not come into the pits. Except for Ace Inferno, who is on soft tires. Interesting strategy going in onto the intermediates at the last 2 laps of the race. We're gonna have a closer look at Sport here, if he's getting the time back on Cavalis. There is a yellow flag in Sector 2. That seems to be Specky Cabbage on the 7-lap-old mediums. So he might be affected by the... Ooh, it is also Ace Inferno who has crashed out, unfortunately, but they might be affected by the rainy weather here. Ooh, Ooh, the guys are having a battle with each other. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, this was nasty. As I was looking at the chat, the Rudiger went around the outside. Vamo had a little bit of a snap there. And then Moller up, I'm not too sure. Moller up had an interesting thing there. Vamo went a little bit to the side, just trying to avoid the Rudiger as he turned into Moller up there. So the guys are going to be struggling right now here on the medium tires in the rainy weather. It seems to be raining very heavily here. The guys have to keep it together here throughout this next couple of corners. Is Kamza going to be gaining time on his interesting strategy? He might think that the rain was going to come a little bit sooner, as he doesn't seem to be struggling right now on his wet setup. But it is not going to be enough, unfortunately, for the McLaren driver. Back up front here, Vamo has caught up with the Rudiger. He might have made a little bit of a mistake there, the Haas driver. Or it could depend on their strategy that they're using. Talking about the setup, of course. Sausage Joe, yeah, he is on the intermediates. He's going to be gaining time right now. Ooh, the AlphaTauri driver there is not feeling very comfortable on these mediums. As Sausage Joe is going to get back up to P4, maybe even P3. He's going to get back to P3. Oh my days. He's going to overtake his teammate. He's going to let him go through. Is Sausage Joe going to get the podium here? He is going to get it. Is he going to get the race win? Did he take the right decision? It seems like it. Oh my days. Sausage Joe right now. He's got the two front runners. Oh, Vamo goes onto the grass. He is the next target. Oh, he has the penalty. He doesn't have a penalty though. Oh, goes around the outside. Oh my days. Sausage Joe. What a race ender here for the Alpine driver. He takes the win home as he's going to be onto the intermediate tires and he is going to be winning it. The Rudiger in P2. He spins right before the finish line was there. And then we've got Vamo in P3. Moller up in P4. Don in P5. He's going to lose a position to Sport. He's going to lose a position to Marcel. Kamza in P8. Cavoli's in P9. He's got to be dealing with that penalty though, so he might be spinning out of the last corner there. He might be losing a position to Carlos. Depends on how big the penalty was. He's not going to be losing it. He is going to be losing it. All right, Carlos in P9, Cavoli's in P10, Ace Inferno in P11, and then we've got Specky Cabbage in P12. What a race, guys. Great choice from Sporty to go on to the intermediate times. Tires, oh my days, times, intermediate times. I mean, they are intermediate times, but... Oh, what a play. This was crazy, guys. This was crazy. As Sausage Joe is going to be your race winner here around Belgium. He took the right decision to go onto the intermediate tires. The other drivers were struggling. Dinosaur Sport is driver of the day there. Coming out of the pit lane here, out of the paddock. Your race winner, Sausage Joe. If he's going to get a penalty, that's going to be the question. But for now, he's going to be winning the race here. The Belgian Grand Prix. Vamo takes the fastest lap here. This is going to be your results for the Belgian Grand Prix. Mollerup has to be happy with a P4 here. Vamo has to be happy with a P3. Sport, I mean, he came all the way from P15 to P5. Also took the intermediate tires and gained a lot of positions thanks to that. Marcel in P6, Don in P7, Kamza in P8, Carlos in P9, and Cavolis in P10. Then we've got Ace Inferno, Specky Cabbage, FRL, Che, Bits, Dean. That's going to be the end of your Belgian Grand Prix. So I thank you all for watching. I'm not going to be able to show my face though, because my camera is sort of working, sort of not working. And my layout is not looking great, so I need to change that a little bit, but we'll see later on. So I thank you guys for watching. This was the most chaotic race, the most chaotic ending I had in a long time. There was one safety car, so unfortunately we didn't live up the expectations of having no safety cars, but that is not too much of a problem. So I thank you very much for watching. This was Phoebe Thomas commentating the Formula Racing League first Grand Prix of Season 6. Thank you for watching. This was Phoebe Thomas. Peace out.